He didn't even fight at 135 yet. He didn't even have power at 126, 30, or none of that. Okay? How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you going to get hit. What you going to do when you get hit?
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, what you just heard was the voice of undefeated 3-division world champion who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight and junior welterweight, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who has 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis is heading into the biggest fight of his career in undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia, who has 23 wins, no loss and no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach at 24 years of age. But that's not who Gervonta Tank Davis was discussing in this particular statement. He was talking about Olympic silver medalist, undefeated 2-division world champion, former unified WBC, WBO super featherweight world champion, superstar boxer Shakur Stevenson, who has 19 wins, no losses, no draws, 9 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age. He is 5'7" with a 68-inch arm reach. Now, Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis has a fight coming up April 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena against Ryan Garcia, as I stated. And Shakur Stevenson, he has a fight coming up April 8th against Suchiro Yoshino, that is undefeated. He is 16 wins, no losses, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 5'9" with a 68-inch arm reach, okay? That's going to be in Shakur Stevenson hometown in Newark, New Jersey, okay? So Yoshino is coming off of a big victory when he stopped Nakatani in the 6th round. He knocked out Nakatani in the 6th round of his fight, okay? So Suchiro Yoshino is coming off of a big victory, Japanese fighter, and this is going to be, another homecoming fight for Shakur Stevenson. With that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, he was asked about, fighting Shakur Stevenson, and he stated that Shakur Stevenson hasn't even fought at 135, right? Now, this all stemmed, if you don't know, I was on the Rod's podcast with Team Davis, and I made a statement that I feel like there's 3 people in the world that could beat Gervonta Tank Davis. That is Shakur Stevenson, that is undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who has 29 wins, no loss and no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. And that's ultimately Gervonta Tank Davis himself, right? To which Gervonta Tank Davis, he responded and said, "You got that right. I'm the only person that could beat me. I sparred both Shakur and Devin. I knocked both of them out or hurt them both badly, so on and so forth." And it went viral, right? And Shakur Stevenson responded, Devin Haney responded, so on and so forth. And he stated that being Gervonta Tank Davis, before he retires, he wants to make these fights happen with Shakur and Devin. And he stated that his parting ways with longtime promoter, mentor figure in legendary retired Hall of Fame iconic superstar boxer Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions, it just gives him the freedom to be able to make these fights happen that he wants to make happen, okay? And so with that said, he stated that he wants to fight Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, right? And so he was asked in the build-up to this fight with Ryan Garcia, should you be victorious, how you feel like a fight will happen between you and Shakur? And he says Shakur hasn't had a fight at 135. Now, Shakur's last fight was Robson Conceição. That was September 2022. And Shakur Stevenson, he got a 12-round unanimous decision. And prior to that, he fought the massive unification bout against Oscar Valdez. That was April of 2022. He won a unanimous decision in that fight, right? But in his fight, going in the fight with Robson Conceição, he missed weight. and he lost his belt on the scale, and he let the world know that he simply just can't make that weight anymore of 130. He's moving up to 135. But he hasn't had a fight at 135 as of yet. So that's what Gervonta Tank Davis is stating. He hasn't even had a fight at 135, and he didn't have power at 130 and 126. So how is he going to keep me off of him, right? All of that boxing is not going to help once I start to put this power on you, essentially is what he's saying, right? And you don't have the power to keep me off of you, right? Now, I understand exactly what he's coming from, because, when fighters move up in weight, if you don't have the power to keep an aggressive, skilled, talented, southpaw power puncher like Gervonta Tank Davis off of you, eventually he's going to catch up to you. Although you have the boxing skills. We saw that when he fought against Leo Santa Cruz, who was having success, and ultimately he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz. We saw that with when he fought Mario Barrios, who was having success, and I thought won 4 of the first 5 rounds, and he ended up knocking him out, dropping him 3 times and knocking him out in the 11th round. We saw that when he fought against, Rolando Rolly Romero to an extent. I didn't see Rolly winning the rounds as people thought. I didn't see that, but, to a degree with Rolly. And we saw it in the Hector Garcia fight. I thought he was behind on the scorecards in the first 5 rounds against Hector Garcia in his last fight. But ultimately, he got a stoppage victory in the 9th round over Hector Garcia. And so with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, he has, the confidence that even if he's behind on the scorecards and even if you outboxing him, he's eventually going to catch up to you. And when he does catch up to you, what are you going to do? The only thing I beg to differ with is Shakur Stevenson is not Mario Barrios. He's not Hector Garcia. He's not Leo Santa Cruz. His skill set is special, just like Gervonta Tank Davis' skill set is special. He doesn't have the power and the equalizer as Gervonta Tank Davis does. But he's a very skilled, very elusive, very decisive. He is precise with his punches, high ring IQ, very athletic. So those things matter, okay? So when you're dealing with a Shakur Stevenson and you're behind on the cards 4 to 5 rounds in the first 5 to 6 rounds, it's a completely different task and different story than dealing with Mario Barrios, Leo Santa Cruz, Hector Garcia, and Rolando Rolly Romero, right? He's not going to make the mistakes that they're going to make, that Gervonta Tank Davis is able to put his opponents in position to be able to land that knockout power. As you can see here in the sparring session, Gervonta Tank Davis is not a brawler. He's a calculated boxer, okay? And he's a boxer puncher for sure, but he's very calculated with his movement, right? He's very picky, right? He don't waste a lot of punches. He's a boxer puncher, right? That just has a ultimate equalizer. And he sets up his punches beautiful. That's why he lands these knockout punches so dramatically, because he's been setting it up the whole fight. And I believe that when dealing with Shakur Stevenson, he will understand that Gervonta Tank Davis is looking to set up those knockout power punches. He's looking to set a trap for Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur Stevenson is smart enough to avoid that trap, okay, to fight his fight opposed to fighting Gervonta Tank Davis's fight. This is going to be an epic showdown when it does happen. And it's going to be an epic showdown when he does fight Devin Haney. But when it comes down to power, you don't have to be a big puncher, to be successful in the sport of boxing. As we saw, Paulie Malignaggi is not a big puncher at all. He's a 2-time world champion, okay? And so people had the same reservations when it came to Floyd Mayweather when he moved up in weight, right? He's not a big puncher. Canelo was a far bigger puncher than Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao is a far bigger puncher than Floyd Mayweather. But it's his defense, it's his ring IQ, his ability to stay elusive, his ability to avoid punches, his ability to be slick, his ability to, understand every nick and cranny and square circle of the square circle, right? Every inch of the square circle, understand where he's at, understand what his opponent is trying to do. It's a thinking man's game once you get to that level. And I believe Shakur Stevenson has a very, very high ring IQ. Now, what makes it so interesting is Gervonta Tank Davis. He has a very, very high ring IQ, okay? I think that Gervonta Tank Davis never gets enough credit for his ability to box, his ability to make adjustment. I think that that's what he does first. Okay, then power is the last thing that surfaces in his game when he's in the ring. That's just the icing on the cake, but it's his ability to set up his opponents, his ability to box and make adjustments, right? His ability to put you in position where he could be successful. Ultimately, this will be a fantastic fight, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. But I have to beg to differ. I think that Shakur Stevenson power, when he move up to 135, will not be a deciding factor. But let's see how it unfolds and plays out. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Alicia Bumgarner, you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Wow.